All right, it is 5 o'clock indeed. Pleasant afternoon to all of you. Thank you for joining us here in our virtual recruitment session. My name is Camilla, and I have my lovely colleague and able colleague with me this afternoon. This is Lisa May Ramirez from the Faculty of Education and Arts. And Mrs. Ramirez is the program coordinator for this Masters in Educational Leadership program.
I think Ms. Barker may have lost her internet connection momentarily. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lisa May Ramirez, as Ms. Barker was saying, and I am currently the graduate program coordinator for the Masters in Educational Leadership program. So if you do decide to make the University of Belize where you are going to embark on your graduate studies, for especially this year, I am going to be the one to facilitate or to help you navigate your entrance into the program and to ensure that you are successful getting registered and so forth. So let's just give Miss Barker. So or perhaps while we wait for her, I can offer some insight. So the Masters in Educational Leadership was established in 2018 as a means for leadership professionals to be able to pursue their graduate degrees in the particular subject area. So while our primary requirement is a bachelor's degree from a recognized institution and a preferred 3.4 GPA, we also strongly encourage individuals who possess these degrees and who are also in leadership positions. So for example, a number of the individuals who apply to our cohort are those who are oftentimes already in these positions or are aspiring to be in these positions. So vice principals, principals, administrators from the Ministry of Education. So we have a range in terms of the members of the cohort. Ms. Barker, are you back?
Yes, I'm back. I just got disconnected. Were you all here still?
Yes, we saw, but don't worry, I took over and I explained to them some general aspects of the program. So I'll leave you to continue, and when you need me, I'm here.
Okay, awesome, guys. I don't know what happened. It just kicked me out just now. So I thought it ended, but I'm glad you guys were still here. And yeah, good. Right, guys, I'm pretty sure Miss Lisa May told you that this is our cohort 4 that we're about to start, right?
Yes,
right.
cohort 4.
Cohort 4, right. And guys, we want you to know that application is still open for the admissions to the program. Just in case persons are wondering, we have admissions open for this program up until the end of this month, because you guys will be starting in October actually. So we are open up until the end of this month once you are interested in joining, right? I wanted Miss Lisa Lynn to talk to you guys a little bit about the program, go into the program overview. Miss Lisa Lynn, should I share the cost sheet, or do you want us to use the brochure? We could just open. I have the brochure here with me if you want to speak from that, or if you want us to look at the cost sheet and program sequence that actually breaks out the program for us.
Yes, certainly, because I think a lot of our invitees this evening, I think cost is their primary concern. I know that even as I field emails as the graduate coordinator, that is one of the primary resources that students request, or that possible students request.
Right. Okay. All right, so students who are looking forward to this program, we're going to open up this. I'm going to share my screen so you can all see what's going on here. and we'll speak from our program cost sheet. The cost sheet, guys, is available on the internet. So after this meeting, feel free to go to www.ub.edu.bz and you can go to our admissions page and go on to new students enrollment, and there you will be able to view our program sheet. All right, so on the website here we go. All right. All right, so here we go. So it lists all the different programs we offer at UB, and then you can just pull up your Master in Educational Leadership program sequence. Ms. Lisa May, this is a 2-year program, right? And
Yes, it is.
right. It's
Yes,
not, go ahead.
yes, I can talk a little bit about how it works.
Right.
So as Ms. Barker was saying, the cohort actually commences coursework in October 2022. So the only thing you really get in August is an orientation by me. And I talk to you about preparing yourselves for graduate work in terms of the expectations for the 2 years. But your actual coursework doesn't begin until October 2022. And during that time, you take one course, which is the scholarly writing seminar, because the demands of graduate writing are very much unlike those of undergraduate writing. So in order to prepare you to navigate those classes successfully, we offer that course from October to December to fully orient you to the rigors of graduate writing. And then you move on to your first full semester in January. So then you start with your 2 courses. I believe they are educational leadership and trends and issues in education. And then you have another full semester. And then of course you have your summer semester, your first summer. And we only encourage you to take 1 course in the summer. So I believe that course is curriculum leadership. And then once you are successful there, then you move on to qualitative and quantitative research in the respective semesters in your second year. And then after you complete your coursework to the end of your second year, then you have your thesis. You start work on your thesis. You start work on the thesis in the second summer in the program, because you need to advance work in terms of the 3 chapters of your thesis work. And then you conclude data analysis and discussion in the latter part of your second year. So it's 2 full years, and it is all laid out for you in a very, I think, manageable way. Right now, Cohort 2 is going through that process, and we have we have had our first meeting. They have embarked and have been working since June 8th on their thesis work. And so they have entered their second month of thesis work, and they are supposed to be ready to submit their IRB proposals at the end of this month or the first week of August. So we ensure that everything is scheduled adequately so that they will complete thesis work in December. Okay.
Great. I was wondering if my screen is showing. You're able to see the screen, Miss Lisa?
Yes, Ms. Barker, we are.
What I want to do is pull this one down, because I remember that our thesis was split. True? We have it was split in 2. We never had it going.
Only the first cohort had it going as a single, yes. And then we decided that it would be the summer start and then the fall completion.
Right. So on this, we have it break down a little better, guys. Where Miss Lisa was talking about the different courses, and then to the end of the program, the thesis is actually split in your proposal and final thesis. Right now, it is one course that the students are taking, but we had split it, I think, for the third cohort, and it will also be this structure for the upcoming cohort. Okay.
Yes.
It's a total of 41 credits that they will be taking in the program. And the cost per credit is $350, right?
Yes, $350.
Right. So that would be your 41 guys, 41 times 350, and that would give you the total cost for the Masters in Educational Leadership program. I will jump screen a little so you'll see how it's broken down over the different semesters. If you look at your first semester scholarly writing, you will see that you're paying what? A total of 2007? 2770. And do they have to pay all of this up front one time, Miss Lisa?
No, there is an installment plan. And when you register, especially during that August orientation, I share with you the breakdown issued to me by the accounts office. So I believe it comes roughly to maybe a little over $600 per month. So it is manageable, and we encourage that payment plan, yes.
Nice, right. That's very good. So we have a flexible finance in there for the students. And then in the January semester now, that cost you about 3,400. It says 3,420 because you're taking about 8 credits there at 350 per credit. Okay, and it's the same payment plan that applies each semester. You have that.
Yes, I will issue that particular payment plan. And so they will have that breakdown from semester to semester so that there are no doubts as to what the monthly payment will be.
Okay, very good. That sounds awesome. Guys, remember you can self-access this information I am sharing with you. It's right here on our website. When you go to the UB website, www.ub.edu.bz, you just go to admissions, then you click on new students enrollment. It is going to take you to this page and you navigate. You scroll right down and just look for the program you are interested in. In this case, it is this one here. And you will click on the tab and it will bring up this sheet for you. The only thing is that right here you'll see a split in your program. So what I can do, or what I will do, is forward to you guys that updated one that actually splits the thesis here, okay? Split the thesis in its two program, proposal and final thesis. All right. There is something else that I want them to know as well, Miss Lisa, that the commencement of the program actually is dependent upon them as the students, right? And I'm saying that because we have a number of students who will express an interest and they will say yes and they will attend the sessions, and then it builds our expectation and we say yes, we have 90 odd people who who are registered for the session and they are sending inquiries and so forth, but persons are not putting in the application. So we are having this type of session to plead to you guys to remember to put your applications in, because you are the ones who build the cohort, right? If we don't have the cohort, we cannot begin the program, right? So we must have the applications coming in, and bear in mind that as soon as your applications come in, they go to the vetters or the evaluators led by Miss Lisa May, of course, and they vet your application, and admissions office produces a letter in very short time, right? So if you need to have your letter to take to your sponsor, your finance person, or to gather your funds, then you want to get your application in so we can respond to you at least the following 2 or 3 days. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that it's highly dependent on you to get your applications in. Feel free to request your application from admissions at ub.edu.bz, because if we don't have them, we won't have a cohort and we can't start, right?
we need to meet, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we need to meet quota in order for us to be able to offer the program. And so we need to ensure that we make the numbers, otherwise it will not prove feasible. So you have to keep that in mind. It's highly dependent on your interest, and you're following up with that interest in a real way, submitting your application form. And I also wanted to mention that with respect to the document that Ms. Barker said that you can access online, a lot of financial institutions request it, because I know a lot of students finance their education that way as well. So that is one of the reasons we facilitate it.
Right, exactly. I saw Roberta saying hello. So hi, Roberta, we're just seeing your chat. And guys, feel free.
Hello, hi, Miss Barker. Sorry to interject there. Yes, I see the Miss mentioned that it is dependent upon the cohort to make it feasible. As mentioned, I sent in my application yesterday. So I would like, I am teaching right now, and I would need the time to respond back to my school, right? And also my sponsor. So I want to know when exactly can I get my acceptance letter, because I needed to present soon.
Okay, Roberta, where did you drop the application? That's a
I
fact.
dropped the application to Central Campus, Belmopan.
Okay, so you can get your response within this very week here. Usually, if it's in Belize City or in Punta Gorda, you know it takes a little time. But if you have it here in Belmopan, you can get it right within the week.
Okay, so I can go to Belmont. I can check with them within this week to get my response letter, because I will need it to give it in to the secretary of our board of management so that I can get the time off.
Yeah, Roberta, you won't need to check with us, because once we go in on Monday, we will clear our files, we will see your app, and we'll begin processing, and your response letter goes out to your email. So once we have all your supporting documents and your email is correct and everything, you can just check throughout this week for your response in your email. And we always encourage our applicants to check their spam and junk, because you know your email is reading a new address, and sometimes it just sends them directly to spam or junk. So before you follow up on your application or your response, you make sure you check your spam, you check your junk messages. And
Okay. One last question. I see somebody mention it in the chat of the modality, if it's online or face to face. That was my next question. So I'm gonna lower my hand and mute my mic, and then we'll see.
awesome. Miss Lisa Lynn will take Miss Lisa, Miss Lisa May will
Lisa May, that's okay. Everybody confuses us. That's fine. Yes, Miss Roberta and Mr. Amaya. I saw that Mr. Amaya had a similar question. The modality currently is fully online, as have been most of our classes. I have yet to receive any additional directive with regard as to whether we're going to move any face-to-face. I know that for cohort 1, it was done in a hybrid fashion where the instructors would meet on alternate Saturdays or on alternate days that they had scheduled the class. But for now, we are fully online.
Guys, feel free to open your microphone and you can go right ahead with your questions. Don't be shy. Whatever questions you have, if you want us to elaborate a little bit on the program sequence or so forth, feel free to go ahead. All right, there's another question here in the chat. Oh, Edward Tech, awesome. You're welcome. Edward said he got his letter already. Thank you. You're welcome, Edward.
Excellent, Mr. Tech. Ms. Palacio has a question. Do we apply online, or can we go into the office to pick up applications?
At this time in the office. The form, we can email it to you. The form also is electronic. It's not online because we have closed off the online application for now. But we can email you an electronic form. You can fill that out. You can get your documents certified, or if you can't find a JP, take your original documents and the photocopies, drop your documents off at UB and we'll certify them for you. All right, but once you can find a JP, get your documents certified, you can email them to us and you can complete the electronic application form. All right. So online app is closed off, but you can do your electronic application and submit your certified documents through email. Otherwise, you just drop them off at the campus.
Okay, I noticed some people are requesting the application. I can also put my email in the chat right here, and you can email me and I will be happy to facilitate an application form, okay?
And I also have all the persons.
You're welcome, Ms. Palacio. Sorry, Ms. Barker, go ahead.
That's okay. We could just do one of those because we send a reminder just now of this meeting, so we could do a mass sending of the application.
Yes, of the application, yes.
What I'll do, just send everybody the application form. So check your emails. It will come from admissions, same email here on the screen. So I'll just do a mass sending of the application form after the meeting. So you don't have.
Okay, that's even better. Okay.
Diego has his hand up. Diego, and then Luis and Martin after.
A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, I will have some few questions during the presentation. My first question, at the very beginning of your presentation, you mentioned that with regards to the first course that they take, it's a literature review or some sort of that from October to December. Question, what if there is a due case where an individual fails that course? Will the individual be able to continue? Because I'm asking because unfortunately, some of us, including myself, has been a little bit away from education in terms of going back to school for many years. And I know we're teachers, but depending on the area that we teach, in my case, I am a math ed teacher. Writing is not one of my strongest skills. So my question is, what will happen if the case where the individual fails that course during the October to December? What's going to happen? And will the individual be able to continue or reapply in that course? Thank you.
Well, in the program specifications, what we offer is that if a student is unsuccessful, we facilitate what we call a resit. And so within that time before the other course starts in January, then the instructor can assist with any major assignment that can assist that student to redo a particular paper or two, so to ensure that they meet the requirements to be able to start. So it's not a one-time thing and it's over. And our instructors are very understanding and are very cooperative in that regard.
Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we have Luis has his hand up. We have two questions in the chat, but I'll allow Luis and Martin to go, and then we'll address the ones in the chat, please.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, I have two questions. One is like, is the course like a self-paced course, meaning that you would have assignments and you submit them when you complete them within the, of course, within the time period that you up till this from October to December, right? Is it like a self-paced or do you have to attend classes? And the second question is based on that. At what time the classes are given? During what time of the day are the classes given or offered?
You are expected to attend classes. The professor, especially in the scholarly writing seminar, has a number of activities, and a number of them, I believe, are synchronous. So there is a great deal of discussion regarding the rigors of academic writing. So I know that last year, Dr. DeShield offered the course and it was done synchronously. The schedules are set by the university with respect to when the instructors can offer the course and how they work within the schedule. For example, the majority of the sessions are done in the evening because we are dealing with working professionals. So most of the sessions run between 7 and 9 p.m. at night. So they're not going to be in the morning. We don't want you to feel rushed. We do the best we can to accommodate working professionals, since that is the target of the program.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I also want to say that some classes are held on Saturday. So what I've also seen, and in working both with the instructors and the students, is that oftentimes they can also come to an understanding with regard to what day or days within the week are the best fit. So there are schedules set, but I know that a number of instructors are also equally a little bit more accommodating.
Thank you, Martin. And then we'll go to Blanca's question. Samson and then Blanca's question. So Martin, go ahead, please. Your hand is up.
Yes, good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, my first question is already answered. It's just about when classes begin, or how many times during the week. Is it only one time, or you meet, I mean, the classes, does it meet only one time for the week?
Twice a week, twice a week. So if
Oh,
you have a
twice.
class Tuesday and Thursday, would be 7 to 9 on Tuesday and 7 to 9 on Thursday. And again, it's also the instructor and the student's discretion. I have known of maybe 1 or 2 situations where they've agreed to one single session on a Thursday or a single session on a Saturday. So it also all depends on the instructor and the student. Okay, so like I said, we try to work with you to ensure that we find the best fit, because each cohort is unique.
Okay, the other thing is, I didn't really get about the classes. I think it started, I don't know if you said it started in October to December.
One class, because you have to be first introduced to the rigors of graduate writing, which is the scholarly writing seminar that Ms. Barker is highlighting on the screen. You do that first in order to sensitize you to the expectations, and then you commence your real full semester in January. So kind of easing you into it.
Okay.
Okay.
The other thing is, can this PowerPoint be forwarded to me, emailed?
You mean this brochure that you're looking at? This right
Yes, yes.
Okay. And again, I can forward this to all of you, and for self-access, it is on our website as well.
Okay.
Just in case you missed the email or something, it's under our Master's Educational Leadership section on the website.
All right. And one last thing.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
go ahead.
I wonder if he got disconnected.
One last thing. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can clearly.
Okay. Just in case you know about, like, sponsors, what kind of sponsors can we find, like, or I can look at, or I can try to locate if I want to find a sponsor for doing my master's?
Well, right now we don't have any sponsors. We're not aware of any sponsors or scholarships for this program. The only thing we are informed about so far is that loan that the DFC offers. I don't know if you're looking in that direction, but I know the DFC offers an educational loan for up to about 20,000 or a little bit more. So that's the only financial option that we are aware of at this time. But in terms of sponsorships or scholarships, we don't have any of those right now, and we are not aware of any being offered either.
Okay, then thank you.
You're welcome,
You're
Martin.
welcome.
Thank you. All right. I think you have answered Anna Gonzalez's question already. Are the classes during the week, in the evenings, or on weekend? And you said Tuesday, Thursday, or sometimes depending on the lecturers or the classes, they might have some classes on the weekend. Even though the class sessions are scheduled for Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday, students are expected to work and do their online uploading and whatever it is online during the week, right? It's not like you just attend class Tuesday, Thursday, and that's it for the week. Miss Lisa, you could
Oh
expound.
no, oh no, oh no. Graduate work is 24/7 practically. The program itself is designed with that level of rigor. That is why I opened this afternoon and talking about that seminar course, because you really need to appreciate the rigors of graduate work versus undergraduate work. It's a new ball game, and so we want to make sure that you are prepared. So when it comes to work, there is a lot of research involved. So you will be doing work from Monday to Sunday, and you have to schedule that time. And I don't want to frighten you, but I also want you to be realistic in terms of the amount of dedication that you have to put in to be successful. So it's not like your undergraduate work where you go to class and you remember again and you pick up next week, Tuesday. No, you will have an assignment that demands the rigors of research and literature review, and you have to do all that before you're able to answer the question or develop the paper.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. I have a question here from Samson Jacobs. He has a professional certificate in Tibet.
Hi, it's Camilla. I'm looking at the PowerPoint, so I guess it already had answered my question in terms of if the subjects from the professional certificate in TVET leadership that I have, if some of the courses will be transferred, but I realized that TVET leadership is different from the educational leadership. So yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Awesome, awesome. And courses are not usually transferred. True, Miss Lisa?
No, courses are not transferred. This is a clean program where you start earning credits at October.
Right, yeah. I know courses are not usually transferred to a master's program. Usually starts clean. All right, Blanca, thank you.
I have a query. I noted that there was one textbook noted in the program sequence for the summer writing course or the scholarly writing course. Is that one textbook for the entire program? Because I didn't see any other specified textbook.
Well, I work with the instructors, and each semester the instructors request their particular textbooks. They are e-textbooks that are factored into the cost, and then those codes are facilitated for the particular semester in which you are enrolled for the class. So every semester I assist the instructors in facilitating their in sourcing their particular ebook. And that is the way it works. So we cannot list all the textbooks because every semester the instructors update their material.
Did that answer your question, Jeannie? Sorry.
Jean. Jean. Yes, thank you. So the textbooks are provided in the cost of the course each semester, and it's electronic. That's what you're saying?
It is factored in, yes, and you have that access. For the scholarly writing course, for example, there was a mixture. There were physical purchases as well as ebooks. So like I said, it is all about the preference of the instructor, but we will help you to, well, I usually work with the librarian to source either the codes or we do purchase order for the copies, but either way you get your textbooks.
Okay then, thank you.
You're welcome. Blanca asked a question, and I just want to scroll up on this document so we could share with Blanca. Blanca wants to know if this is open for primary ed teachers. So I could pretty much start off by saying it's open to all persons who are in the education industry and they already have an undergraduate, a bachelor's degree, whether you're a vice principal, a school principal, head of department, school administration, whichever level, preschool, primary school, high school, you know, it's open to all those who are in the sector. Anything
and if you read, sorry Camilla, but if you read the brochure, that's all it says at the bottom: a BA from a recognized institution and a preferred GPA 3.0. So that is all you need.
Right. Right. So yes, Blanca. And down here we have another question. Do you all take transfer students? And if so, will the students still required to do the session from October? ZC, when you say transfer students, you're talking students who are coming from other universities, right? Other tertiary institutions?
Yes, good afternoon. I currently hold a certificate in educational leadership, and I'm looking at the course sequence, and I have completed 5 of the courses. So, but from another institution. So I heard you mention that you guys don't take transfers. So I would have to do it all over?
Miss Lisa, I'm gonna call on you.
Yes, we don't do transfers. The program, you start afresh and you lead up to your coursework that leads up to your thesis, and you do your defense in December. And I haven't done any transfers. I haven't been directed to do any transfers.
Thank you.
ZC, sorry, I haven't heard anything. I know, I can imagine what you're thinking. But I mean, feel free to talk to us off the air about that further. You know, we can discuss that some more. But on the outset, as Miss Lisa said, we don't have that as part of our policy. You're welcome, Blanca. Roberta, will the orientation be synchro? ZC, do you have any other question before I move on to Roberta?
I'm just a little bit disappointed. Well, the reason being, I'm lost for words. I'll just leave it as that. I'll probably give you guys a call.
Right. I was just gonna
Yes,
tell you,
please
take a
do
deep
so.
breath and let us
Yes.
go through this together off the air. All right. Roberta said, will the orientation be synchronous, and is there a specific date in August for the orientation? Miss Lisa, we have set that date already. Will we have it online or face to face?
Well, we have yet to set the date because, as you mentioned earlier, the students dictate the members in the cohort. Because remember, again, I want to remind you that if quota isn't met, then we have to reconsider the cohort. So you have to consider that first. And then when we see the numbers, then we set a date in August. Last year, it was the first week in August, I believe August 5th, and I successfully completed it online synchronously. I answered the questions, I shared the program sequence, I gave an entire presentation about preparing for graduate school. So yes, it is usually done the first week in August when we plan for registration for the entire university, and then the MEDL students get a particular day.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Ramirez. Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, my dear, we are.
All right, good. In terms of that, you said that it normally starts in first week in August, right? First week in August, normally for in-service teachers would be times, you know, when we are obligated to the government, right? To the government of Belize, in terms, because we know that as teachers and service teachers, that our only vacation is the month of July. So in terms of that, my question is, the orientation, you mentioned that when you go to register, after getting my acceptance letter, let's say I want to register so that I can be in that cohort for August. That is where I pay the $600 to begin the course?
No, that is just the holding for registration, right? Ms.
300,
Parker? The
300
300 is the
you're
admission.
holding. Yes, 300
Yeah.
is the enrollment, commitment enrollment fee.
Yes, no, for the course, it'll be closer to October,
Okay,
probably
thanks.
the end of September. Yes, yes, you're
Also,
welcome.
$300 is the holding commitment fee.
Right.
Yes,
All
not
right, thank you.
600. Yes,
Okay.
600 would be like your first semester payment, your first
Holding.
installment for that semester. And since the course doesn't start until October, then you won't be expected to pay that until around that time. Okay.
So the 600 will be paid somewhere around October.
Yes, that would be your first installment for that particular semester.
Okay, so is there a deadline to pay that 300 after getting the acceptance letter?
That's usually before the end of August. The registration period ends in August, so it would be before the
Okay,
end of August.
Before
So
the end of August.
before the end of August.
Right. So the quicker you apply and get your letter, and you can hurry to pay your commitment fee. Don't.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I wanted to answer you with respect to the timeline that you were mentioning and the commitment in terms of the school. Once the orientation is synchronous online, I will have a recording of that session. So if it is that you cannot make that date, I share the recording, my PowerPoint, everything with everybody. So you don't have to worry about missing out on important information.
I was just going to get to that. I was going to ask for some contact information, if it can be typed in there to get to you or Ms. Barker, please.
Okay, sure, that's not a problem. I usually encourage students not to miss your orientation. It's like it's your first official day of school. You don't want to miss that. You don't want anybody to tell you what happened at orientation. It's usually inspiring and empowering, and a very good way and a strong way to begin your semester. So guys, please, I wish we could have it face to face. I would love it if I hear Miss Lisa said she's gonna change it to face to face, and you block that day. That day is your day, because you hear it's a rigorous program, and we want you to just come to orientation and just be pampered down before the start of the race, right? So don't miss your orientation unless it is absolutely necessary and you have to. But otherwise, it's your day, right? There's a question here from Diego. How does this program compare to the Masters in Educational Leadership, I believe, and Management? Diego, where is that leadership and management program that's offered here in Belize? But anyway, he wants to know how our ed leadership compares to the ed leadership and management. Ms. Lisa, you know anything about that one? You want to take that question?
Well, yes, our program concentrates on leadership. So there is very little focus on management. There are discussions and so forth around it because, of course, there are vice principals, principals, and it is all with that view toward management. But there is a heavy concentration on the leadership focus. So we don't necessarily have those courses entitled management, if that clarifies, Mr. Amaya.
All right,
and I mentioned a few of them, right? Future of education, trends and issues in education, curriculum leadership.
Right. All right, and then now, Javi, guys, if I pronounce this wrong, please forgive me. All right, so Mr. J, Miss J, Javi says, he's asking if he has to be in the education field to really pursue this program.
Once you have a bachelor's degree, we welcome you.
Exactly. And it's not contradictory at all, Javi. We switch, we change. Right now, I want to change the law. I'm deeply contemplating that. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Who is next? Yes, you are welcome. All right. Are there any other questions, guys? Miss Lisa Lynn put her contacts in the chat, and I'm putting my telephone number. To be honest, guys, there is a high volume of emails right now coming in, and I don't want to miss anybody. I am really open to a phone call. So if you have a question, the quickest way to get to me is through this number that I'm going to put on the screen. If you email, it's going to take some time. All right. So please feel free to reach out to me by phone, and I will put the email there just in case. But just remember that urgent information required, you just give me a call. All right. Do we have any other questions at this time?
Yes, I have one more. Good afternoon, Mr. Amaya. This program is mostly tailored to those vice principals and heads of department because I'll be honest, I believe some of us are not even administrators or any of that sort in the program. So I'm wondering if this program is mostly lending to them. And the reason I'm asking this question is because I believe at this point, there are some schools that already are saturated with leaders in some particular area. masters in leadership. So just want to be really honest there. Will it benefit in a way if I take this course? Because I'm not a leader, I'm just a teacher. I would like to learn more, definitely, but will this program really assist me on that situation? And that's my question to you. I want to pose. Hopefully I'm not getting you in this spot, right? That's about it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Miss Lisa, you want to go for it? You're muted, Miss
Well,
Lisa.
it is designed, sorry. Well, it is designed for individuals who aspire to leadership. That is the way the program was built. That is the way it was designed. So we don't necessarily need you to have experience in education. There have been successful members of the cohort who have had their bachelor's degree and who have enrolled and have been successful. So like I said, it is designed that way, but once you have the degree, then perhaps other avenues will open. I cannot necessarily say exactly which ones. We just ensure that we list those in the brochure who have proven the most successful over the years, if that helps.
Did Diego say he's a teacher?
Yes, I think he said he is in the, Diego, is that Mr. Amaya, is that what you said? And you want to know, yes, you are a teacher, you said?
Yes, currently I'm a high school teacher here in the Orange District, but right now in the school I am in right now, there have been past students that has come from the cohort for educational leadership from UB. But what I have noticed is that, and then of course there's other teachers that they have done their masters elsewhere as well. The problem is that the school or in the institution that I am working at, and in many institutions here in Orange Rock, they're becoming, and I'm being honest here, and I hope, again, I'm not turning anyone down here, but the schools are already becoming saturated with educational leaders, you see? And I really would like to teach this program at the University of Belize, because the University of Belize is our national university of the country of Belize. I know many other teachers have gone to do their masters elsewhere, and I want to make sure that Belize, the UB, has a more successful rate when it comes to this type of programs. And hence the reason why I came to ask this question. And I'm contemplating, because I want to learn more. I really want to learn more, but then I'm afraid that I end up having the program, and then how can I say it? Yes, like how you mentioned, many avenues can open, but how will that be guaranteed? Not guaranteed, but I'm not really sure what word can I use, but and that's the reason why I also asked the question, how does it compare to like the educational leadership and management? Because again, the program or the schools have become saturated about it. And I understood that when they opened this program would have been limited in the University of Belize because of this reason, that the program will become saturated in the market with too much educational leadership. So I'm not sure how can that be addressed, and how can this program make sure or finds a way to make sure that the students that you get to create becomes outstanding compared to other students. I'm not sure if I'm getting to understand what I'm saying about it.
Diego, I understand what you're saying, and I'm jumping in right here because you're asking a very interesting question, and that is true. The country of Belize is developing, people are becoming more qualified. We still have a far way to go, right? But even as you spoke about saturation, when you acquire a master's degree, it's not acquisition to sit with and to wait to be paid for your new accomplishment. What I realize is not being done here in Belize is research. Now you can put yourself on the map, you can put yourself in place, you can make yourself seen, you can market yourself through one word called research. So when you get that master's degree, it's not just about you have acquired this and you have reached. There are several, or there is a plethora of research to be done here in Belize, and for things to be known, for new knowledge to add to the ministry. There is so much you can do with a master's that it when you are empowered, when you get this into your hand, you are to work it. You are to make it work for you. You have to do what we call application, and that is what sets you apart from the other person. So you're not going to sit and get in the pool of saturation. You are going to work this program, and it is what you are doing to it. And another thing I realize is that persons are just sitting and saying, oh, I'm limited to my little diagonal box here. This is global. It's a village. You would have heard my accent already. And you know that I am not Belizean because we are living in a global village. It's borderless. You have your program. You don't have to sit here. When you go on the internet and you start searching, jobs are all over just waiting for people to drop in them. So you are to work this thing. Do not join that pool and become saturated. Remember, qualification cannot waste. And the higher you are, the more marketable you are. So there you go. You have a lot going on for you if you acquire a master's degree. Don't join the pool and just sit and say, yes, I have it. I need to be paid for it. Start doing some research. Get yourself out there. Get yourself known. Build your profile. Build up your LinkedIn. And people just start calling you and want to know about you because you're just doing all type of research in Belize. Who is this person? Hello? So we have to work it. We have to work it.
And I just want to echo that graduate school is always a step in the right direction. I mean, I don't think you go wrong with graduate school. I think it offers you a level of maturity. And as many of my graduate professors used to say, after that, you can teach yourself anything, because once you teach yourself how to master theoretical underpinnings and research, that's all you need. You can teach yourself anything.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for those inspirational words. Definitely with this, I might consider to get into the program now. Thank you so much.
Yes, there you go. Use up
Welcome.
your
You're
classroom.
welcome.
You have a natural laboratory there. Use them up and build, yeah? Use them positively. Thank you, ZC. Any other questions, guys? I know we are approaching. We told you guys 6 o'clock, so we don't want to go over your time. So any other questions? Many have a certificate in leadership. Yes, a lot of persons do have a certificate in leadership, and they call us from time to time inquiring about a certificate. Unfortunately, we don't have one, only the masters we have. Go ahead, Abel.
Yes, well,
I think it's Abel. It's Abel,
what was already, and sorry, I could make that 3 point now. Passionate achieving this
right?
success.
I'm not hearing Abel. Is that the same?
There's a lot of feedback,
Okay.
Mr. Pop. There's a lot of feedback. We didn't catch most of that.
I'm saying is, if I'm in a, say I'm in a position already, admin post, but during my time of studies, I was unable to meet my trip.
Oh my gosh.
I think you accidentally muted.
Yes, I'm muting myself and mute Abel. I am so sorry. Please repeat, Abel. I was trying to mute myself. I'm very
Yes,
sorry.
what I'm saying is, there are times that when you do your studies, because of immaturity, you're not focused on those high GPAs. But when maturity kick in and you understand the progress of furthering your education, and then you want to achieve this, but because of one situation you didn't do in the past, how does that affect you through this program?
Miss Lisa, I'm looking here at the entry requirements, and I'm also looking at special admissions. So that's one of the that categories, or that one would fall in a special admissions case, right? Interview and evaluation and so forth.
Yes, it would.
Learning and
Yes.
experience and
Yes.
mature and all those different.
Yes.
Right. So Abel, that person's admissions process would be a little bit more, because we'd have to look at different factors now. Your experience over the years, previous knowledge that you've had, your mature entry clause, and so forth. An interview to hear your intention, your look at your statement of purpose. All of these different things come into play. So of course, that would be considered a special admissions. All right. So you're not exempted. We would definitely have to meet with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Barker, I see Mr. Ken has a question in the chat.
Okay, chat. All right, Mr. Ken. Thanks, Miss Lisa. Oh, I'm not seeing it, but could you go ahead with it? Can you answer? I'm not seeing it, Miss Lisa. But...
Yes, I think it's a private message to me. Okay, it's fine. I'll answer.
Okay, no problem. Any other questions, guys? You can feel free to open your microphone, and we are winding down. 5 minutes to 6. All right, so remember, we're looking to start our cohort in October. You register from August. You have your commitment fee that you pay to secure your space and to let us know that you're coming. Remember that the program is open to anyone who satisfies the requirements of the undergrad program, or once you have the undergrad qualification, then of course you are eligible to join the program. Private sector, government worker, non-government worker, persons in the education industry, whichever field you are in, you are welcome to join the program. And it prepares you for leadership, early childhood, primary, tertiary, different levels of the institution.
Ms. Barker, Ms. Hall is asking whether the office in Orange Walk is still open where she can drop off applications since she's from Curacao.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Ms. Hall. That office is not operational at this time. I will be sending all of you the electronic application where you can complete that electronically, gather your supporting documents, have the JP certify all your documents, and then you send them to us in email. One thing, if you are not a UB student, if you did not complete your undergraduate at UB, then you definitely are required to submit your transcript. Now, your transcript you will not email to us. Your transcript has to come in a sealed package or a sealed envelope, or your institution can email your transcript to us, and I will put that in the chat. So if you are not a past student of UB and you need to get your transcript to us from your institution directly to UB, you will send it to e-transcript, and I'm putting it in the chat. Remember, you never open your transcript. So you're not going to email it to us. You are not going to email it to e-transcript because we won't take it, right? You have to have your institution send it to us. All right. Otherwise, guys, for a quick service, or, you can always complete your application and drop your stuff off at Belize City, PG, or Belmopan campus. That's quick, that's easy, but persons want convenience, so you can email your form and certified documents in. So it's etranscripts@ub.edu.bz. ub.edu.bz. So have your institution send us your transcripts there if you are not a past student of UB. All right?
Well, I look forward to hearing from you all soon, and I also look forward to welcoming you into the program if you make UB your choice for your pursuit of graduate studies. I hope that this session has proved informative, and we will await you with open arms. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Lisa. And yes, indeed, guys, make it happen. You're welcome, Melanie. Make it happen. The ball is in your court. It's 5:59, and we just want to say thank you guys so much. You have been an excellent audience, very interactive, and we just loved it, right? So please, guys, feel free to contact us. You know what to do. All right? So ciao, have a good evening. Cheers, everyone.
Bye. Cheers. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, Miss.
Have a good one.
Thank
Bye.
We
you.
will
Bye.
Have a
share,
great
Welcome.
evening.
yes, we will share the recording, the application, and the brochure. All right, so need not
Good
worry.
evening and thank you, Miss.
Good evening. Take care, guys. Bye. Have a great weekend.